What if I told you the reason you're not losing weight is because you're not sleeping right and that's what's making you fat? That's what today's topic is about. It's all about how sleep is making you fat. So, when we deprive ourselves of sleep, when we're thinking, okay, I can just go off a few hours of sleep at night, I'll have a coffee, I'll get up in the morning, and then you do it over and over again and it becomes a vicious cycle, you are doing so much damage to your body. When you go out and party and you end up going to sleep at 4 o'clock and then you wake up at 6 o'clock, when you have a deadline you've got to reach, when you just decide to stay up and watch YouTube videos all night, when you're doing these things and you're not getting at least 7 hours of sleep, you are wrecking your body, and that is the reason why you're keeping weight on. Because what happens is when we lack sleep, the first thing that happens is it throws our hormones out of whack, okay? So hormones that go out of whack is the first one is cortisol. What happens with cortisol is that it actually raises when you have a lack of sleep, and so it causes more stress in the body. What happens when more stress happens in the body is the body starts to freak out and it actually doesn't want to lose its fat. So it goes, okay, I'm in a moment of stress, I'm going to need to keep all the energy I can because I never know when I'm going to get more energy. And so you start stressing, your cortisol rises, and what happens is your body's not going to want to get rid of it. So that's the first problem that happens when you have a lack of sleep. The second problem that happens is that you start to produce more ghrelin. And ghrelin is a hunger hormone in the body. So it sends signals to your brain saying, okay, I'm hungry, I need something sugary, or I need something fatty, or I need a coffee, and that's when we start going for things. Have you ever noticed when you have a lack of sleep that you seem to be like, you're not listening to your body and you kind of just eat and pick at everything? You might eat a chocolate bar, you eat a lot of energy dense food, and it's because your ghrelin hormone is telling your body that you're really hungry. The third thing is that you're always eating is because when you don't have energy from sleep, so if you've slept less than 7 hours, you're going to be lacking energy, right? Because when you sleep, that's when the body recovers. That's when it replenishes your energy. That's when it replenishes willpower. That's when it cleans out all the dead stuff. This is the best time. And if you're depriving your body of sleep, when you wake up and it's like, oh, I need energy, you start to crave those crappy foods. Like, I can notice it after 2 days. If I've had bad sleep, if I haven't slept for at least 7 hours, I just start to pick at stuff, and that's when your weight gain happens, and that's when you're going to stop yourself from losing fat. So you need to make sure, first of all, that you're getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Don't try and make up excuses for yourself. You're not one of those people, you're not a genetic outlier who goes, I can run 4 hours of sleep at night. You probably really can't. And if you are someone who's constantly doing that and you're like, no, I've been doing that for ages, so that's just how I go, try and get a good night's sleep and then see how different you feel. You're going to notice your hunger signals are different. You're going to notice that you're not going to be, you're going to feel more energetic during the day. So you need to make sure that sleep becomes a priority. If fat loss or muscle gain or anything to improve your health is your goal, you've got to focus on sleep. Sleep is a key element. Now I'm going to share with you guys some things you can do. Number one is to make sure that you cut off all electronics at least half an hour before bed. Now, yes, I know we live in technology world, there's technology everywhere, but honestly, if you can't cut off your phone, if you can't cut off your laptop and all these lights that are shining and keeping you awake all night, if you can't cut them off half an hour before sleep, then you've got other issues you need to be focusing on. Because all the artificial light that's actually getting shined from your phone, getting shined from your laptop, getting shined from the lights, what's actually happening is it's telling your body that it's still daytime. So when you shut that stuff off, it's going to start signaling to your brain to produce melatonin. What happens when you produce melatonin is it's actually a sleep hormone, so it'll get you ready for bed. So the first thing you want to do is cut out electronics 30 minutes before bed, or install F.locks on your computer. You can use the sleep app on your phone. Things that are going to darken your screen so it's not as detrimental. That's tip number one. Tip number two is to give yourself a habit to go, like a bedtime routine. So let's say 30 minutes before you go to bed, you turn off all of your stuff, and then you decide to clean your teeth, and then you lay down in bed and read a book. This is going to channel your brain to say, all right, it's time to switch off. It's time to start slowing down. I'm going to start, winding down and producing melatonin, and then you're going to get ready for sleep. Because so many people think they can just go, all right, I'm going to turn off my phone, I'm going to stop texting my friends, and I'm going to turn over and go to sleep. And while you might go to sleep, you're not going to get that good quality of sleep. So remember, first thing, turn off all that stuff, give yourself half an hour. Number 2, create yourself a bedtime routine. And the third thing that I really suggest you guys focus on is making sure that you're trying to sleep at least 8 hours. So if you've got to wake up for a 5 o'clock deadline, go to bed at 9 o'clock. For me, I've got to wake up at 4:30. You know what time I'm in bed? I'm in bed by 8:30 because I know how important sleep is. So try and figure out that time how you can get a minimum 8 hours of sleep. 3 simple things you guys can implement really quickly. I'm going to go over and so number 1, like I said, turn it off half an hour before bed or install those apps. I'll make a link down below. Number 2 is that you want to focus on creating a bedtime habit and a bedtime routine that you can do every night to get your body prepared for sleep. Number 3, focus on getting at least 7 hours, but focus on getting 8 quality hours of sleep and getting into bed. So guys, I hope the video was informative. If you liked it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends and family for people who don't sleep. Click below to get your free guide on the top 10 foods you should always buy. Till next time, speak to you guys then.